Hello, this is Life Designing with Ramona, and today this podcast is all about women who are killing it in the world, making an impact. And today I have the pleasure of having Miss Alexis Austin in the building with me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Glad to be here.
All right, wonderful. Well, I like to start with the question, what is a hidden gem that no one knows about you, that is just something special that you do or impact people's lives? So what's something special about you?
What's something special about me? So you want me to talk about my career?
Well, just one, what is it? There's something that you do that's not, maybe a hobby or something?
Okay, cool. So something I do, I help people in the community. I love doing community service. I help out with my praise dance team at church. So those are some things I really love to do. I love to travel as well.
Oh, wait, where's some exciting places you've been to?
I've been to New Mexico. Uh, the other places kind of like where everybody else been, like Las Vegas, Miami. But yeah, I haven't been out of the country yet. One of these days.
Oh, okay, that's on the list. Well, I met you in a networking meeting with one of my mentors, and so you're in higher ed. So how did you get to be in higher ed? What brought you there?
Okay, so this is a long story of how I got into higher ed. So it was I graduated in fall of 2019, right? So my original degree is in K through 12 education. So I did not pass the praxis test to be a teacher. So I was trying to get an emergency license, but I kept applying places. So I was in this program called McNair Research Scholars at Delta State. That's my undergraduate institution. So the program simply served first generation college students. So I was in the program, and one of my mentors in the program, she was actually the program assistant, and she was in grad school at the time. So she was getting ready to leave. I was getting ready to graduate, receive my bachelor's degree. So she told me, she said, if you can't find anything, I think you'll be a great fit for my position. And I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, you love helping people. You're very organized. You're a great planner. You know how to network. This would be great for you. So she said, just ask the director. She said, you know her. You develop a relationship with her. So I asked her, and I got it. It was no interview. It was no interview whatsoever. So, and I did the paperwork, and that's really how I got into higher ed. And once I actually started part-time. So, because she wanted to see, did I really like it? Working in the office and with the students and knowing how to do the reports and stuff like that. So eventually she gave me a promotion. I became full-time. And from there, I just been working with TRIO students.
Now, TRIO students, what is exactly TRIO?
So TRIO is a federal government programs. It's a number of programs. The one I currently work for now is Student Support Services. TRIO serves first generation, low income, and disability students. So it's a program to make sure those first generation students have the resources they need to be successful in college. And there's also TRIO programs at the high school level to make sure those first generation students have the resources they need to be successful as they transition from high school to college life. Because when they come on campus, typically they don't understand the process of how things go. So we are there to serve as a guide of how it should be, done. Some of them don't understand why they need to do their FAFSA early, different things like that.
Oh, amazing. So you almost mom on campus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Greenville, Mississippi.
And you work
And
at what? And the school you're working at is where?
okay, I just recently moved to Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson. So is
Yeah.
this the first campus you worked on?
No, this is the second campus I worked on. The first campus I worked on, like I said earlier, was my undergraduate institution that was in Cleveland, Mississippi, and that was Delta State University. That was a PWI, predominantly white institution. Now I have transitioned to Jackson State University in Jackson,
Oh,
Mississippi, and this is a historical Black college, HBCU.
wow. So how long you been there? How long you been?
I've been here at Jackson State for a year now.
And how are you liking that transition?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So it's two different programs. The program I used to work with at Delta State, it was a smaller cohort. It was only 25 students per year. And what the components was, we do the same resources like, take them to research conferences. We were more preparing them to go to graduate school.
Oh, okay.
Versus this program here at Jackson State that I'm working with is, like I said, it's called TRIO Student Support Services. It has the same goal, except for we don't really, research is not a requirement for this program. It's more of making sure they know how to do their FAFSA, financial literacy skills, time management, study skills. We're trying to just make sure they come to Jackson State, have what they need to be successful academically, and for them to graduate. It's more like that. And I serve 120 students per year here.
Wow. So growing up, did you always know you would go to college?
Yes. Yes. When I was in middle school, well, my mom, I'm a first generation college student myself. When I was in elementary, my mom used to always talk about college to me. And it was this community program that I got involved with, and they used to take us to different colleges and talk to us about the college process. So I always had mentors around me telling me, you're going to college. A lot of them told me, you're going to get your PhD. So, yeah, I always been surrounded by people that inspire me and push me to go. So I went.
So that PhD is on the list still, right?
Yes, yes. I'm actually I'm graduating with my master's degree in August, and then shortly after I'm gonna start my doctoral program.
Wow, that is amazing. So
Yeah.
And you went right out of college into a position where you were serving students. What are some things growing up that has sustained you, some qualities that has sustained you to keep going, even when there's, things maybe not going right, and then you live long enough, you keep living, there's always some hiccups in life. So what are some things that you would say has sustained you throughout your journey?
Some things that have sustained me throughout my journey working with the students are, when I look at them, I see a reflection of myself, because I see opportunity and greatness in them. They have so much potential, and they just need someone there just to be their mentor, to push them even farther. And I also think when they come, everyone's not going to tell me, oh, I'm doing this now. But the ones that do tell me how impact I made on their life, that pushes me. Oh, I have this internship at John Hopkins, different things like that. That pushes me and inspires me, like I'm doing something. I'm changing lives day by day. But yeah.
That's amazing. So the role that you're playing in their lives is going to be monumental for them moving forward, because they are seeing you and touching shoulders with you on a day-to-day basis, and doing what you do. That was one reason I wanted to have you on this podcast, because you are making that impact on a day-to-day basis. And so what is some advice that you've received over the years, and then what is some advice that you give to the students?
Okay. Some of the advice that I received over the years is, every day won't be perfect, but you have to just keep going. Wherever you want in life, you have to work for it. Nothing is going to be given to us. We have to be dedicated. And someone's out there, they're working twice as hard as you. So you just have to be consistent and continue to push yourself, even when you're tired, because it's going to eventually come to an end and it's going to be worth in the end. And some other advice is always, always know your why. Why? You have to have passion in what you do. And that's advice I give to my students. I always say, where's your why? Why do you want to do this? And when you know your why, you're going to keep pushing yourself to reach your goals. And I always tell my students this, it only takes one yes. And no is just an acronym for next opportunity.
I like that. I'm gonna have to write that down. Can I use that?
Yes, you can.
Next opportunity. Well, and taking this opportunity to talk with me, I am so grateful that you took time out of your 4th of July weekend to be on the podcast. So no telling what it's going to air sometime in July. But what is one of your favorite things about being in higher ed?
One of my favorite things about being in higher ed is the students, really. Like I said, it's really the students and seeing the impact of how they come to college from being a freshman, and as they matriculate from freshman up to their senior year, to see all their accomplishment, what they have accomplished in those 4 years, and seeing what they do, after that. It's just amazing. It's just amazing.
That's cool. What is some advice on this journey that you've on that you would give your younger self?
That's a great question. Some advice I would give my younger self when I started 2 years ago is that long as you do what's best for the student, you're making the right decision. And if your heart is in it, you're doing what's right.
Okay, I like that. I like that. What is something on campus that you feel like is needed or you want to implement to help the students? Sorry.
Something on campus that I feel that is needed.
Don't let
Take your
this
time.
come out.
Something I feel that on campus that is needed and I would love to implement is more financial literacy, especially in today's time and today's economy. We currently just got a financial literacy center, but I feel like that should be a requirement for every student to a part of their curriculum at that, in my opinion, because a lot of students, they don't understand how to budget. And even though we have these workshops, really, I feel like that's something that needs to be talked about every month, because they don't understand how the student loans work. Why, you only need to take out what you need, not, more than just. So I think that's something I would try to implement because I feel like that's going to play a huge part in their lives since we are trying to prepare them for life after college,
Most
and that's life after college. You get your first full-time job and, you move. Some students, they may move into their own apartment. They need to understand how to really budget their money and really save. It's important, very important.